devotees in Bhagavatam, they have put the words for our feelings and expressions. And they have composed the prayers already. Just by reciting those prayers, it can really connect us to them and to the Lord in their heart. Beautiful prayers. The whole Bhagavatam is so full of the names of these prayers. Very wonderful. So Bhagavad Pravaha. Wait. So we have heard about the overview of Bhagavad. And Prabhu, do we have the recording?
Yes, Mataji. Recording started. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So the overview of Bhagavatam, and then the whole Bhagavatam. After that, how Lord Krishna is Sakshat Bhagavan. Bhagavatam is Sri Krishna. How Lord Bhagavatam is Lord Sri Krishna, that we have heard. That's what Padma Purana has said. And then the whole Bhagavatam in 1 hour. And then we continued first canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto, sixth canto, seventh canto, eighth canto, ninth canto, 10th canto. We are in 10th canto now. And for those who are joining today for the first time, it is okay, even if you are hearing the 10th canto, because each of these sessions are the katha of Lord Krishna, and they can be followed easily. So, no worries. So, we are in 10th canto now, Ashraya Tattva, and we have heard about how Lord Krishna has appeared, and then all the killings of the demons. And in the last session, in the last class, we have heard about the killing of Arishtasura, and then Shankachuda, and then Keshi demon, and Vyomasura. So Vyomasura was the last demon that was killed before Akrura brought Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. So now Akrura is bringing Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, and he went into the lake to offer his Sandhya prayers, and that's where he had this transcendental vision. That's what we have heard in the last week. And now we are going to continue from there. Yeah. What are Akrura's prayers? After that, Lord Krishna and Balaram, they enter into Mathura. So Vrindavan pastimes, they're over now. Mathura pastimes are starting. So what did Lord Krishna do along with Balaram in Mathura? So all the Mathura pastimes will be heard today. Starting from getting down from the chariot of Akrura till killing the Kamsa and a little beyond. We will hear all those today. So, dear devotees, we will go to this PowerPoint now. So, as we just heard, Akrura had that vision. He came out. He had this vision of Sankarsana Mahavishnu in the water, and he saw Krishna Balaram there in the water. And he came out of the water. He saw Krishna Balaram in the chariot sitting there. And again he went back to into the water, into the lake. He again saw Krishna Balaram there in place of Sankarsana and Mahavishnu. So there Akrura is offering these prayers. What prayers are those? Akrura to the Lord. Akrura, he addresses the Lord. He knows that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so his prayers are like, as other devotees, first addressing the Bhagavad Tattva, that he says, "Oh Lord, you are seen as the pure consciousness. You're also seen as super soul and also Virat Rupa. And sometimes you are seen as material elements by yogis and uh, Brahmanas. They see you in the form of mantras. And you are the source of everything that is created, and everything rests in you. So this Bhagavad Tattva, uh, we hear that in the prayers of Akrura, as any other devotee does. And he addresses the incarnations also, and he praises the incarnation. Very wonderful. The other set of prayers, dear devotees, is very nice in the sense relevant for us. Now he's coming to our platform, our conditional platform, and saying some words on behalf of us. And this is what I just mentioned. The prayers in Bhagavatam, when these devotees say, they can really give the words to our feelings. So this Akruras, these prayers now, we can relate to these prayers now. So he's saying, Akrura is saying, after he glorified Bhagavad Tattva, he's now coming to his condition. Remember, that is the format for the prayers. By this time, we have seen. If we are asked to write a prayer, if the Lord appears before us, now all these Bhagavatas, they have taught us how to recite the prayers. First, glorifying the Lord, the Bhagavad Tattva, and then about our condition. So Akrura is now coming to the second step of what his position is. So he's saying, people are bewildered by conception of I and mine. And due to bodily identification, we live life unreal as a dream. So Akrura very aptly saying how under the influence of the modes, especially the ahankara, how all are influenced by this I and my. And any thought that comes, any perception that comes is based on I and my, which are based on the platform of body and mind. And he is saying that I have misidentified myself, and this is resulting in sense gratification. Yeah. And he's saying my intelligence is crippled and my mind is uncontrolled due to material desires. Very aptly, Akrura is putting his words there out for us. So Akrura's prayers, when we are relating to our platform, the same prayers, yeah, how all of our thought process, the default thought process starts with I and my. I and my. This I and my is to do with this body and mind. I am a male, I am a female, I am a mother, I am a father, I am a daughter, I am a so and so by profession. Based on this is called upadhi. Okay? For example, if I am identifying myself as a mother because my identity is that in this body. So that is one of the upadhis that I have. There are other upadhis also, other designation also that each person has, right? Mother, father, daughter, sister, and so at workplace to the neighbor, like that. So many upadhis, so many designations. And for each upadhi, yeah, there is an object. Say if it is a mother, I am a mother. And the object of that attention is, for that attention is the children, right? And the thought process. Now the mind and intelligence starts working on that platform of that particular upadhi. Yeah, my children is this, my child is this, my child is feeling like that, my child is feeling like this. So this network continues for each upadhi, for each designation, and the relevant object outside or relevant person outside. Yeah, the mind and intellect, the network of mind and intellect is directed to all these objects outside based on these upadhis, based on this designation. And whole consciousness within us is just filled with these different networks of different designations and whoever are the people pertaining to that designations, and the cassette goes on and on and on and on. So the whole consciousness is filled with this I and my network. In this way, the mind is uncontrolled because now the mind and intelligence is geared to acting on the object of attention outside. Yeah. And wanting the interaction from that object or wanting some enjoyment from a thing outside. In this way, mind is uncontrolled. And the desires are also there, expectations are also there. This is the condition of the mind. And what about the intelligence? Intelligence is crippled. All the discriminating capacity, decision making is all polluted now because it is all directed to outside, to the things outside, to the people outside. And all this is because I am identifying myself with something temporary. I totally forgot to identify myself with who I am. I am eternally. I have been eternally. That I belong to Guru and Krishna. I am a spirit soul. I am part and parcel of the Lord. I belong to Guru and Krishna. If our thought and consciousness is rooted there, then rest of the upadhis, they will be taken care of. But so much programming is there that we are caught up in these temporary upadhis, while this real upadhi or real designation of I belong to Guru and Krishna, and my eternal occupation is to lovingly serve the Lord, has become such a faint background. In this way, yeah, we are not realizing the object of our love, Priti Vastu. This eternal fact, who we belong to, even before we came to this body and had all these designations, and which all these designations will go away when we leave this body. But these designations and this chatting is so loud, so predominant in our consciousness, that the actual designation has become so faint, and our object of our love, the subject of our thought, has become so faint. So faint. This is what Akrura is saying when he's saying misidentification leads to sense gratification or non-realization of my object of love. So our focus is so much based on this I and my, our objects, the goal of the object of our interaction, the subject of our thought is all outside, not Bhagavan. And in this way, I am unable to realize the object of my love, my object of love. Akrura is saying that. Akrura is also same problem with Akrura too. I mean, we can't really say Akrura has the same problem. He's much more advanced than what we are. But yes, we could relate to that. And then he says this, dear devotees. He pours his tears and heart out. This is my situation, my Lord. And then he says, Soham tavangri upagatosmi asatam durapam tachapiyaham bhavat anugraha isha manye humso bhavet yarhi samsaranavavargas tvayi abjanabha sadupasanayamatishyat. Beautiful, dear devotees, beautiful. He says, Soham tavangri upagato asmi asatam durapam. Aham tavangri upagato. I am coming towards your lotus feet, O my Lord. Asmi asatam durapam. I am very fallen. Means I am totally, my software is totally corrupted with I and my. I don't have any object of realization of object of my love, which is you, my Lord. This is my situation. Yeah, acknowledge. Tachapi aham bhavad anugraha isha manye. Even then I'm coming to you, my Lord, knowing how my fallen situation is, because I am hopeful you will give me the mercy. Aham bhavad anugraha isha manye. You will give me anugraha. And next one, dear devotees, please hear. He has acknowledged. He is hopeful that he will get anugraha. And the next thing he is saying is, please hear what he is wanting to do. Pumso bhaved yarhi samsarana apavarkas. Pumso is people. Bhaved is origin, or when it happens. Yarhi samsarana apavarkas. Samsarana is this cycle of birth and death, or ocean of modes, or material attachments. Apavargas is liberation. Okay. Pumso bhaved. When a person has samsarana apavargas, liberation from these modes, detachment from this material world, material thoughts. Tvayi abjanaba, O lotus navel Lord, sad upasanaya matishyat. Sat upasanaya. Sat is the saints, these Shuddha Bhaktas. Upasanaya. When we worship them, when we serve the Shuddha Bhaktas, when we do the upasana of these Shuddha Bhaktas, or Acharyas, this is the Achara Upasana that we call. Sad Upasanaya. When we serve these pure devotees, Pumso bhaved yarhi samsarana apavarkas. When the detachment from this material world has happened, in other words, when there is no more taste for this material proceedings, and when one serves the pure devotee, then matishyat, then you will be in our mati. Then we will be Krishna conscious. Our consciousness will be Krishnized then. Akrura is saying this. Dear devotees. He has acknowledged his condition. He is hopeful, but he is also reminding himself what needs to be done for the mercy to be received and perceived. Samsarana apavarkas. Not wanting to enjoy anything material. The thoughts, not wanting to entertain any of these thoughts pertaining to person or a thing, raga, dvesha, those are the ones. Entertaining material thoughts are both so-called happy thoughts, so-called miserable thoughts. Both of them are entertaining, right? That is raga and dvesha. So when one is not wanting to have raga and dvesha, and then when one is serving the pure devotees, then they will completely become Krishna conscious, matishyat. Yeah, in their mind, you will remain, O Bhagavan. Akrura is saying that. So that is realizing the object of love. In this way, I can realize the object of my love, you, Bhagavan. That's a beautiful prayer of Akrura. So he says that, and he comes out of the water, and he comes to the chariot, and then Krishna and Balaram, they are sitting in the chariot, and Krishna is asking Akrura, okay, was everything okay in the water? Yeah, did your prayers go well? That's what he asks after Akrura comes out to the chariot. Akrura looks at Krishna and says, because it's the same Krishna that he gave darshan in the waters, right? And it's the same Krishna sitting on the chariot. So Akrura says, oh my Lord, when you are here, what else is to be realized? So he says like that, Akrura, And then he drives Krishna Balaram to Mathura. They enter Mathura. Now, Krishna and Balaram, they got off the chariot. And then Akrura asks Krishna to please come to his house. And Krishna says, yes, Akrura, I will come, but let me take care of certain things. You know, I have to kill Kamsa first, so I will come to you after killing Kamsa. So in that way, Lord Krishna sends Akrura to his place, and Krishna and Balarama now enters Mathura, the streets of Mathura. All the Madhuravasis, they're so happy to see Krishna and Balaram. They're looking so beautiful. And Sukadeva Goswami explains how they look like young elephants, male elephants. So all the Madhuravasis, they are very happy to see Krishna Balaram. So now the mission has started, right? They have come here for the Kamsavadha. So they are going in the streets of Mathura, Krishna and Balaram. And now, of course, this beautiful description of the city of Mathura and how eagerly all these residents of Mathura are waiting to see Krishna Balaram, and how happy they are looking at Krishna Balaram, and the description of, you know, they are drinking the beauty of the Lord with the cups of their eyes. Yeah. And they are speaking about their glories, Krishna Balaram's glories. All that is there. That's what is happening in the streets of Mathura now. So we are in the streets of Mathura, dear devotees. Krishna Balaram are there. Now Kamsa needs to be killed. That's the mission. So for that, you know, they already have the invitation to come to the Dhanur Yajna. Yeah, Dhanur Yajna is there. And after that, a wrestling match is also there. So to get ready for that, Krishna Balaram, they're just dressed as cowherd boys. Now they have to have a change of dress. So as they walk in the streets of Mathura, they met a washerman. That washerman, Krishna goes to the washerman and says, oh dear washerman, I see that you are carrying these nice clothes of King Kamsa. We would like to have some clothes. Please give us the suitable clothes, and so we will be pleased. Generally, we pray Bhagwan. And we offer food, and we offer articles, and we pray that he may accept them. But in this case, Bhagavan Krishna himself have come to the washerman and said, I need some clothes. It would have been very nice if the washerman's response was favorable to Bhagavan. But it wasn't the case. This washerman is a personal servant of Krishna, of Kamsa. He washes the clothes of Kamsa. So he is very proud. He is thinking, I am a washerman. I have so many donkeys. And I wash the clothes of Kamsa. And who do you think you are? You're just cowherd boys. And you want the clothes of King Kamsa? How dare you ask so? That was the response of the washerman. And what did Lord Krishna do? Bhagavatam describes that just with the tips of his fingers, Lord Krishna killed the washerman and took all the clothes that he liked. And of course, Balaram wore some, and some Gopas were also there with them. So some nice garments were given to Gopas also, like that. So that's the first killing in Mathura after they got off the chariot. So this washerman, dear devotees, is the same washerman in his last life. You know, in Ramayana, that washerman who spoke ill words about Mother Sita. He said, Mother Sita, she was at some other's place in a different a man's house. She was with Ravana for such long time. So how did Rama accept her? Accept her? So those were the harsh words of the washerman in his last life. And Lord Ram did not do anything about that in that incarnation. And he took a step that suited his incarnation as Maryada Purusha. And he had to send Mother Sita to the forest. That was in that incarnation. In this incarnation, this washerman, he continued with the same tendency, the same offending mentality. So in this incarnation, Lord Krishna is even more merciful, and he decided to get him liberated. In other words, just kill him. With this offensive mentality, if he continues like that, he's going to build up even many more sins. So that's why Lord Krishna killed this washerman. And whatever Lord Krishna says to whoever it is only auspicious. So even this washerman, even if he had the offensive mentality, because he was killed by Krishna, he got liberation. So that is the potency of the touchstone, Bhagavan. Whoever may interact, however may interact, that interaction will be auspicious. So in this way, the washerman was killed. And for us in this pastime, dear devotees, the washerman, he was just, after all, a washerman, a dhobi. But his thinking was not like that. His thinking was like, after all, I'm a dhobi. He did not think like that. He was thinking, I am a personal servant of Kamsa. I wash Kamsa's clothes. That's how he was thinking. So, our status is pretty insignificant and fully faulty. But because of the mercy and because of the kindness of a great soul, if we have direct interaction with a Mahatma, with a well-known person, with a popular person, like with a sannyasi or somebody who is a well-known, famous devotee, like that. So that mentality that I know that advanced devotee or the famous person, I know them personally. So using that familiarity to our own gain in a very puffed up manner and looking down on others. So being puffed up with that personal relationship with a famous personality or an important personality, being puffed up with that personal relationship and hence looking down on others. That was the nature of that washerman. And Lord Krishna killed that tendency. Yeah. So that's one thing. And then next thing, yes. So now they have these garments on, garments of the king, Kamsa. So they have these beautiful garments on, and next thing is to have some ornaments. When they're going to wrestling match, they cannot really have metal ornaments. So they need cloth ornaments. So there was a weaver who was weaving these cloth ornaments. And Krishna Balram went there. So this weaver was very nice to Krishna. Very nice to Krishna. And he made ornaments very precisely to the Lord. And they looked very beautiful. He personally tied those ornaments to Krishna and they looked beautiful. And Krishna was very satisfied. So this weaver, dear devotees, in his last life, he was a tailor of Ramachandra. And he stitched the clothes for the wedding, for the marriage marriage ceremony. He stitched the clothes for Ramachandra on that marriage ceremony, and he was thinking when he saw Lord Ramachandra marrying Mother Sita, he looked them from a distance and thought, oh, these clothes, they look so beautiful uh, on the Lord. If only I had the opportunity to personally dress the Lord with the clothes that I have stitched. Oh, how wonderful it would have been. That was his desire in the last life. And the Lord has reciprocated this in this life. He's allowing to stitch his cloth ornaments and personally uh, tie on him. So, in this way, the Lord is very merciful. All our prayers, they don't go waste at all. All of them are heard, and all of them will be reciprocated. At their whenever it is appropriate to do so, the Lord will fulfill our desires sooner or later, whenever that is appropriate. So all the prayers are heard. When we want to do the seva, the Lord hears them and He will prepare us for the seva. And then He gives us the opportunity to serve Him. Yeah. And now the cloth ornaments are also ready. Next thing is garlands. Beautiful garlands with beautiful flowers. Where to get that from? So Krishna goes to this Sudama, the garland maker. And this garland maker is very happy to see Krishna. And he made garland. He made garlands both for Krishna and Balram. He made such beautiful garlands that suited their complexion also. He chose the flowers and then made the garlands accordingly. How did Sudama make these garlands? Even before Krishna came there, how did he make this garland exactly so it looks beautiful on Krishna? Because this Sudama, he used to hear about Krishna when he was in Vrindavan. Not only he used to hear about Krishna, when he used to pick the flowers for his garlands, he used to go towards Vrindavan a little bit and get some flowers from there too. Then he saw Krishna. So he knows how Krishna looks like. So when he heard that Krishna came to Mathura, he made this garland that would look very beautiful on him. So in this way, Sudama, garland maker, he knows Krishna is Bhagavan. And he was very happy to make this garland and to offer it to Bhagavan. And so he says, my Lord, this garland is a gift for you. And the Lord, Krishna, is very much pleased. And he asked the Sudama, this garland maker, I'm very much pleased with your devotion, with this garland. Tell me what you want. Ask what you want. Then Sudama says, So'api vavre achalam bhaktim tasmin yeva kilatmani tad bhakteshu cha sauhardam bhuteshu chadayam param. Beautiful one. This prayer is very similar to the prayer of Parikshit Maharaj. This is something relevant to us also, dear devotees. When the Lord appears and asks, what do you want? Parikshit Maharaj also said the same thing. So, Sudama, garland maker, says, So api vavre achalam bhaktim tasmin eva akilatmani. Oh, akilatmani. Oh Lord, who is sitting in the hearts of all living entities. So api vavre achalam bhaktim, please give me the bhakti for you, which is achalam. Unshakable bhakti for you, Bhagavan, who is sitting in the heart of all living entities. Please give me that. And that bhakteshu cha sauhradam. And please give me the friendship for all your devotees, with all your devotees. And last but not least, bhuteshu cha dayam param. Let me be kind to all the living entities. These three things. These are very intelligent, fortunate devotees. They know what to ask. Parikshit Maharaj, what did he ask? It was Bhagavan. The same thing, three of them. Krishna and Prasangam. So the association of pure devotees and Maitriyastu Sarvatra Namo Dvijebhya. Maitri to all living entities. And Rati to Krishna. So these are the three things Parikshit Maharaj also asked. Yeah, so when we say Achalam Bhaktim to Akhilatmani, to unshakable bhakti, to the heart that is living in all the Lord that is living in the heart of all living entities. That is more like a package deal, dear devotees. It's not an exclusive thing, if you have noticed it. It comes with friendship to the devotees around and kindness to all living entities. So they're more like a package deal. Right? Parikshit Maharaj prayer is also very similar. Very similar one. Okay, so that is the garland maker Sudama and his prayer. And now he's coming. All well dressed, ready to go to wrestling arena with cloth ornaments and the scented garlands. Now, the next thing is everything is ready, but the garlands are ready, but the chandan, fragrance on the body, yeah, the scented perfumes. After somebody, after we get dressed up, everything ready, and then the perfume goes right on that. So the perfume for the Lord, he was looking for that, the chandan. So on the streets of Madura, he saw this lady with a hunchback. She's carrying all these perfumes. They are very special, very fragrant, and those perfumes are meant for King Kamsa. So her name is Trivakra. Trivakra. Vakra is bent in three. Trivakra. This bent at three places is not very sightly. It's not a beautiful bend. Our Shama Sundara is Tribhanga. That's a beautiful bend. This Trivakra is not, it's an unsightly bend, not pleasing to look at because of her hunchback. So her name is Trivakra. So she's carrying those perfumes to Kamsa, and then Krishna comes there. Young lady, you seem to have some perfumes that you are carrying to Kamsa. I would like to have some of them. Can you give them? And Trivakra is Kubja. Her name's other name is Kubja. So Kubja immediately, when Krishna speaks like that, when she sees Krishna, she gets attracted to Krishna. Kubja. So she forgets that, she forgets that she's on the streets, and she is giving these scents to Krishna, these perfumes to Krishna, because she's in Mathura. If somebody reports to King Kamsa that his perfumes are being given to somebody else, then Kamsa would be very angry and she would be punished and she would be killed also. But Kubja did not think of all those. She was so attracted to Krishna. And then she said, yes, but these perfumes, they're actually, Kamsa likes these perfumes very much. And he likes me because I am very much specialized in making these wonderful perfumes. And these are very favorite perfumes of Kamsa. but I am glad to give this to you, oh handsome young man. Yeah. And she says that, and on the street she gives all the perfumes that she's carrying, she gives to them, and she actually personally decorates when decorates Krishna uh, with, you know, those perfumes. They are like face paintings also. They are mixed with chandan and many other herbs that are very fragrant. So Kubja was doing that. Trivakra, she was doing that. She beautifully decorated Krishna with the perfumed paints that she had on. So Krishna was very pleased for her with her favor, and he also noticed that she did not care if a spy would report to Kamsa and she would be in danger. So Krishna was pleased with her. And then what Krishna does was, after she decorates Krishna, Krishna puts his lotus feet on the toes of Kubja and then supports her back with his left hand, and with his right hand fingers, he lifts her chin up a little bit. In other words, he's extending her body so the hunchback can go away. So when Krishna did that, then she became a beautiful woman. She was transformed to this beautiful woman, Kubja. So then Kubja, then she outrightly asks Krishna to please come to her house. Now she's expressing her attraction and her lust for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna understood that, and he says, "Okay, yes, I will come to you. I will quench all your desires, but I have certain things to do first. I'll take care of certain things because he has to kill Kamsa, right?" So he says, "Yes, I will come to you. I will come to you later." So Krishna says that. So here Kubja, Trivakra, is attracted to Krishna in plain lust with bodily attraction, physical pleasure. Yeah. Even then, because the object of her attraction is Shuddha Sattva, she will be purified. She is purified, even if it is plain lust. And what is the difference between Kubjas and Gopis here? If physically, externally, they look like just lusty proceedings only, what is the difference between Kubja and Gopis? First of all, since the object here is Shuddha Sattva, Krishna, anybody and everybody, Gopyat Kamat Bhayat Kamsad and Dveshascha Ityadayo Nrupaha, then Sambandhat Vrishnaya Snehad Yuyam Bhakta Vayam Vibho, Narada is saying to Yudhishthira. Anybody, even if it is Gopyat Kamat, apparent lusty of Gopas, or direct lust of Kubja, or the fear of Kamsa, or Dveshascha Ityadayo Nrupaha. On the battlefield, whoever had Dvesha to to Lord Krishna, and then Snehad. This was addressing Parikshit Maharaj. So you all Pandavas, in your relationship with Sneha or Bhaktya Yuyam, or devotees like us, Narada is saying, or devotees like us having a relationship of devotion to Bhagavan, anyone with any relationship, any emotion, if they're totally absorbed and attracted to Shuddha Sattva, Lord Krishna, they are purified. That's the speciality and potency of that object, Bhagavan, Lord Shri Krishna. So in this way, everybody is purified. And in case of gopis, it looks lusty as Kubja, but remember, it's the same gopis who were ready to give their food dust because Lord Krishna had headaches and did not even think twice that they would be tortured in the hell. So that is a selfless love. They are offering their bodies for the pleasure of the Lord, not for their pleasure. Yeah. Here Kubja wants Bhagavan for her pleasure. So there's a big difference right there. Yeah. Here it is selfish. Kubjas is selfish. And Gopis is selfless. Though both of them look like lusty. But the glory is both of them are, for both of them, the object is Bhagavan. Shuddha Sattva. So all of them purified. So like that. And then after that, now the Lord is ready along with Balarama. He goes towards the wrestling arena, and then before entering into the wrestling arena, there is Shiva Dhanus there that was ready for Dhanur Yajna. And this was the invitation that Kamsa gave out to everybody, including to Krishna and Balaram, so they can be killed. So they come to this same bow. Lord Krishna picks up that bow, Shiva Dhanus, and then breaks it effortlessly into two pieces. And there's a tumultuous sound when that bow is broken. Kamsa hears that. He shakes up, trembles with fear. He knew the death is getting closer to him. He looks at his shadow, and the shadow appears with a hole. His shadow, he sees his shadow with a hole in it. When he looks at his reflection in the mirror, he sees himself with no head on it. In this way, Kamsa is terrified. Terrified every moment thinking of Krishna. Yeah. And the same bow that was broken with this tumultuous sound also caused fear in Nanda Maharaj. By the way, Nanda Maharaj also accompanied Krishna and Balaram. They came behind in the bullock carts with all those milk products to give to Kamsa. So Nanda Maharaj was also there in Mathura. So when Nanda Maharaj heard this tumultuous sound of bow breaking, Nanda Maharaj was also in fear. But why was he in fear? He was thinking, oh, Krishna, he has killed that fish washerman, and now he's coming and breaking the bow, and he has killed all the soldiers that are protecting the bow. And Kamsa, when he comes to know that, my Lalla, my Krishna will be in danger. So Nanda Baba was in fear for Krishna out of his love. Kamsa was in fear for his own self. So one is a fear born of passion. The other fear is a transcendental emotion attached to Krishna. Dear devotees, this is one thing. For us, when we are doing bhakti in the initial stages, there's so many emotions, so many negative emotions, right? Because of the Rajoguna, Tamoguna, the anxiety, the fear, and all those unpleasant things. They do come. They do come. But when they're acknowledged and get towards Govinda, this is the feeling that is coming out. It is unpleasant. But I am just placing it at your lotus feet. I'm directing that to you, Govinda. Because the object where this emotion is reposed is Shuddha Sattva. Slowly over a period of time, all our unpleasant emotions that are coming from within, they all will be purified too. Yeah. And then gradually, we will, when all these emotions are purified, like Nanda Maharaj, they are on the other end after the Vastu Siddhi. All those emotions, after being purified, then they are all filled with Krishna. Then there is no more unpleasantness at all. So there was no unpleasantness in the fear of Nanda Maharaj, but there was so much of unpleasantness in the fear of Kamsa. So that's the difference between this fear and that fear. That fear there was a transcendental fellow of Nanda Maharaj, and this fear here with Kamsa is born out of Rajoguna. So, any emotion to Govinda as they come out. Krishna Matir Astu. Let Krishna be in our mind and in the heart always. So in this way, Krishna broke the vow, Shivadanas. And next step, after broke the bow, it was evening and everybody had to go home, and the next day morning, yes, now it's time to enter into the wrestling arena. But the Skolapida is blocking the entrance. Krishna says, as this doorkeepers, this elephant, people that are with the elephant, to take this elephant out of their way. But that's not why the elephant was placed there. It was placed there intentionally by Kamsa. Remember the plan of Kamsa? When Krishna comes here, he should be crushed under the feet of Kuvalayapida. So that's why Kuvalayapida is standing there. Why would they move Kuvalayapida aside when Krishna asks that to be moved? No, they would not. So what did Krishna do? Here a little piece of information is, dear devotees, this person who is taming this elephant, Kuvalayapida, Kamsa tells this person about himself a little bit. Kamsa is not the son of Ugrasena. He is known as son of Ugrasena, but what happened was, when Ugrasena was out for some time, there was a demon called Dravida. That demon came in disguise of Ugrasena. And he unites with the wife of Ugrasena, and as a result, Kamsa was born. So in that way, Kamsa comes to know that through Narada Muni. So he just relates that story to this elephant keeper. This is just a little piece of information from the Acharyas. And he says, okay, I am counting on you, O elephant keeper of Kuvalayapida. So this Krishna should be killed by this Kuvalayapida. So please get ready and please get that elephant ready when Krishna comes here. So that was the reason why Kuvalayapida was standing there. So Krishna is there. Elephant would not move Kuvalayapida. Krishna plays with the elephant a little bit. He instigates the elephant and goes and hides behind the feet of this elephant, in between the feet of the elephant. The elephant was so big, and Krishna apparently was so small that the elephant could not see that Krishna was standing in between his feet also. So after playing a little bit, then Krishna decides it's time to kill Kuvalayapida. So he drags Kuvalayapida into the wrestling arena. And Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami describes that as Garuda drags the snake, Lord Krishna, he dragged Kuvalayapida. And so this elephant, while being dragged, it was up and down and turning around, and it was struggling. And finally, Krishna kills Kuvalayapida, breaks the tusks of Kuvalayapida. So Krishna and Balaram, after killing Kuvalayapida, they bear the tusk. They carry one tusk each and enters the arena of that wrestling field. So when Krishna was entering like that in that wrestling arena, all of them who were sitting in that wrestling arena looked at Krishna. He was just entering into the wrestling arena, and everybody there looked at Krishna. So he was holding that one tusk of Kuvalayapida on one side, and he was standing there, stepping into the arena. And all the Madhuravasis that were gathered there to look the wrestling match, they looked at Krishna. What happened when all of them looked at Krishna? Here, dear devotees, there are different kinds of people in that wrestling arena, in the audience seats. Different kinds of people with different emotions. All of them, they looked at one person, one object of their vision. And that's Lord Krishna. What happened? Mallanam asanirnam naravarastrinam smaro murtima gopanam swajano satam shitibujam shasta swapitro shishuhu mrutyor bhojapater virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevateti vidito rangam gata sagrajaham. Rangam gata sagrajaha. Krishna with Saagraja, with Balarama, Gata, he has entered. When he entered like that, what did these people in the wrestling arena feel when they saw Krishna? Mallanam Ashanir. You know, all these Chanura Mushtika, Shala, Koshala, all those Mallanam, those wrestlers, they were standing there. So for them, Krishna looked like a Ashanir, thunderbolt of Indra. Like death personified, thunderbolt of Indra. Nrananam Naravara. For the regular people, when they looked at Krishna, he looked like the best of the kings. Strinam Smaro Murtinam. For all the young girls, Krishna looked like a Cupid, beautiful Cupid. Gopanam Swajano Satam. For all those people who are in Vatsalya Bhava, Krishna was appearing as their dear son. Asatam Kshitibujam. And for all those kings that are wicked kings, for wicked kings, he was also, Krishna was appearing as Kshitibujam, death personified too. And Shasta Swapitro Shishuhu. Gopanam Swajano. All the Gopas, they thought, okay, that's my Krishna that is coming in the wrestling field. And Swapitro Shishuhu. All those who are in the parental affection saw Krishna as their Shishu, as their son. Mrutyor Bhojapater. Bhojapater is Kamsa. Kamsa was also sitting there, high up in the on the throne. But for him, Krishna looked like personification of Mrityu, death. And Virad Avidusham. For ignorant people, for not so intelligent, ignorant people, Krishna looked like Virat Rupa. Tattvam Param Yogina. For those people who are yogis, he looked, Krishna appeared as Param Tattva. And Vrishninam Paradevateti. For all the Vrishnis, he appeared as a demigod. Vidito Rangam Gata Sagrajaha. In this way, for different people, it's the same Krishna that has entered a wrestling arena. It's only one person, Krishna. But based on what kind of emotion they have to Krishna, each person enjoyed their own rasa. Some of them had positive, pleasant rasas. Some of them had unpleasant rasas, like Mrutyor Bhojapater. For Kamsa, it was not pleasant for him to see Krishna at all, because he's filled with fear. And for all those impious kings also. So based on our perception, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. So there are about 10 different rasas here, direct and indirect. But this is how everybody responded, felt when it is the same Supreme Lord that has entered the arena. So everybody saw Krishna. It's like everybody had darshan of Bhagavan. But just having the darshan of Bhagavan, did everybody feel happy? No. Depending upon what feeling they have for the object they are seeing, Bhagavan, that feeling they were relishing. So, this is Krishna is Ujjvala Rasajna. So, that is about those 10 different rasas, direct and indirect. And so, Krishna entered into the wrestling arena, and everybody, especially the elderly gopis there, they were thinking, oh, this Krishna Balaram, they are like tender young boys, and look at these wrestlers, they are so strong and hefty and big, and this is not right. These two young boys will be hurt. What is going to happen to them? This is adharma. This cannot happen like this. So they were very anxious. They were very anxious about what would happen to Krishna and Balaram. And then the wrestlers, before they started the wrestling, then they were addressing Krishna. They were saying, I know you are looking like this young tender boys, but we know that you have killed Aghasura, Arishtasura, and you have tamed that big serpent Kaliya, and then you killed Keshi, you killed Vyomasura, and here you have killed Kuvalayapida. So we know that you are not ordinary. So this is not going to be an adharmic fight, and we have the order from Kamsa, so we will fight with you. The wrestlers are saying that. Then Krishna, this was very, it was nice to hear that. These are the Acharyas commentary. Then when wrestlers are saying, I know Krishna, you are so strong, you kill them, and then here you killed Kolaipida. Then Krishna was telling them, no, I am not that strong. Did you hear that I've killed Arishtasura like that? Yeah, of course, but you know that Arishtasura is such an old bull. Yeah, and about that Vyomasura, well, he was just so weak and so tired, and that's why. This Kuvalayapida, you think I have killed Kuvalayapida? It looks so, but I did not kill. You know what happened? I was playing with Kuvalayapida, and Kuvalayapida did not know where I was hiding, so it was just running with rage, and accidentally it digging it there. Its tusks into the mud, and it was just trying to take its tusks out, but accidentally those two tusks were broken, and somehow it was dead. As if the wrestlers did not know, did not see how Krishna killed Kuvalayapida, but the Lord wants to have fun. Fun at every moment, different rasas. So before he was going to have this Veera rasa with the wrestlers and kill them, he decided to have this little Hasya rasa. So he said that, and after that, of course, the wrestling match happened, and Krishna killed Chanura. Balarama killed Mushtika and the other three wrestlers too. So in this way, Krishna and Balaram killed all the wrestlers. 5 wrestlers. And Kamsa is sitting there on the top of the throne. And he is terrified now. He has gone crazy now. He saw the Kuvalayapida is killed. And now all these wrestlers are also killed. Kamsa gets up from his throne. He goes crazy and he shouts, kill that Vasudeva, kill Devaki, kill Ugrasena. Yeah. And imprison these 2 boys. So he stands up and he starts giving these orders. What did Krishna do? He jumped down to that stage, to the dais where Kamsa was sitting, and he dragged Kamsa down. Dragged him down, and he sat on the chest of Kamsa, and with the fist, he gave such a big blow to Kamsa that he left his life heirs. Kamsa, looking at Krishna, full of fear of Krishna, he left his life. So because he was thinking of Krishna at all times, Sukadeva Goswami describes in Bhagavata. Breathing in and out, he was thinking Krishna. Blinking his eyes, he was thinking of Krishna. Turning this way and that way, he was thinking of Krishna. Day and night, every moment, he was thinking of Krishna in fear. Kamsa. Finally, Kamsa, looking at Krishna, he leaves his body. And what happens? He gets Sarupya Mukti. He gets liberation, Sarupya Mukti. He gets the same form as Narayana. That's one form of the liberation. In this way, Kamsa is killed. And Krishna. And of course, after that, the brother of Kamsa comes, he is killed. And the wife of Kamsa, they're all sobbing and weeping. And they're saying, yes, I know. We know that this demoniac thinking and ruling had brought this fate to him. Like that, a lot of sobbing happens, and then Krishna, he arranges funeral rites to all these people that are dead and makes Ugrasena the king of Madura, and he becomes subordinate to Ugrasena after he makes him the king. And after that, they go to Devaki and Vasudeva. Krishna and Balaram goes to Devaki and Vasudeva. And Devaki and Vasudeva, they are filled with awe and reverence, and they were about to touch the feet of Krishna. And he goes, no. What is this rasa? They are my parents. There should be more Vatsalya. It's not Aishwarya here. So he adjusts his powers accordingly. So Vasudeva and Devaki, they lose that awe and reverence and have this paternal affection, and then they hug Krishna and they bless Krishna and Balarama. Yeah. So in this way, they meet their parents also. And after that, Krishna and Balarama are sent to Sandipani Muni for the education. Yeah. In 64 days, Lord Krishna learns 64 arts. Done. His Gurukul is done, and now it's time to give some Guru Dakshina to Sandipani Muni. The Sandipani Muni, at that time, his son was dead. He was not found. So Sandipani Muni asked that his son be retrieved because his wife was crying for his son so much. So Krishna and Balaram, they go to Yamaraja through the waters of Varuna and brings the dead son back to Sandipani Muni and gives him as Guru Dakshina to his Guru Sandipani. That's all. So these are the pastimes, dear devotees, starting from entrance into Mathura till killing of Kamsa, and then education from Sandipani Muni and giving him bringing his dead son back as a Guru Dakshina. Okay. So now quickly putting the points together for our purification, meditation, guidance, and remembrance and smarana. So, of Raja and Brajavasis, even the Mathura Vasis also, they were thinking of all the glories and of the Mathura Vasis as they saw Krishna and Balaram. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. So, what did we hear today? Krishna and Balaram, Akrura has brought them to Mathura. And they got off the chariot, Krishna and Balaram, and told Akrura that they would come to Akrura later after killing Kamsa. But the Akrura prays, right? even before that. So in the Akrura prayers, beautiful Akrura prayers, after Akrura had vision, and then, in the vision. After Akrura had vision, after they brought, after he brought Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, and when Akrura is praying. So in Akrura prayers, how beautifully he was saying that his mind is uncontrolled, intellect is crippled, and he's not realizing his object of love. He said that, Akrura. And then his beautiful prayer that he acknowledges that he is totally drowned, lost, but still he's approaching the lotus feet of Lord Hari because he's very hopeful that he would get the mercy. And there he was saying, when a person loses interest to get attached to anything, any of these material thoughts, then with the upasana of the sadhus, and we know by this time, this is serving the Vani of Sadhu Mahajana, then one would have Krishna Mati, Krishna in their mind. So when we want to let go any of these material thoughts pertaining to these material objects or people, raga and dvesha, then we will be able to hear clear and louder of what these Mahajanas are saying. Then we will have more absorption in Krishna. Until then, we may be hearing what these acharyas, sadhus are saying. We may be hearing again and again. But what is running loud in our mind is the chattering of this material world, people and things of this material world. But when we voluntarily want to get detached from that chattering pertaining to this material world, then the same words of the acharyas that we have been hearing, they will become louder. And that's how our absorption in Krishna will be deeper. That's the Akrura. This is why we hear from the pure devotees that we want only your pure devotional service, Krishna. Really? We don't want anything of this material world? No raga and dvesha of this material world? No, Krishna? No raga and dvesha of this material world, Krishna? Only your service, Krishna. That's the essence of Akrura's prayer. So that's Akrura's prayer. And then, of course, so Krishna tells, I will come to your home later, Akrura, you please go ahead. And then Krishna walks in the streets of Mathura, and the washerman there, our take-home point was when somebody is puffed up with a personal relationship with an important person and then looks down on others, that is very inauspicious. And Krishna will take away that anartha, kills that demon, take away that anartha. Our personal relationship with an important person should give us humility, not be puffed up. Because that important person that we know is so humble, so that should give us humility. And next, the cloth ornaments, right? How the weaver gives the cloth ornaments. There, we have heard about how our services, our prayers, they don't go in vain. Small or big, whenever offered, they will be answered. They will be answered whenever it is time to do so. And the next one is the flower garlands. Sudama, the garland maker. How beautiful was his prayer. he was praying Achanchala Bhakti, for the steadfast devotion in you, my Lord, and then Sauhurdam, friendship with the devotees. Not the enmity or enviousness with the devotees, but friendship and appreciation with the devotees. And kindness to everybody around. Not being insensitive, but kindness to everybody around. So those were the three things. And there we heard that it is a package deal. When we say pure devotion to the Lord, it's not just an exclusive thing. It comes with those two things also that Sudama have asked and Parikshit Maharaj also have asked. Punascha bhuyat bhagavatyananto ratim prasangascha tadashrayeshu mahatsuyamyam upayami srishtim maitri astu sarvatra namo dvijebhyaha. And this is the shloka that Parikshit Maharaj, he was also asking the same thing. I don't mind punascha bhuyat bhagavatyananto. I don't mind taking birth again and again. But I want these three things, please. Bhagavat Ananto Ratim. Oh Bhagwan, give me that great attachment for you. Same thing that Sudama is asking. Achanchala Bhakti. And Ratim Prasangascha Tadashrayeshu. Prasangascha, association of Tad Ashraya. Your Bhaktas who has taken Ashraya of you, please give me their association. Maitri Astu Sarvatra Namo Dvijebhya. Friendship with all living entities. So that we have heard that Sudama Garland maker that prayer. And all done, Kubja. So there we have heard about how whatever emotion that might be, if it is directed to Shuddha Sattva, eventually all the emotions will be purified. Not that we have to harbor in a negative emotion, but at least if those emotions are directed towards the Shuddha Sattva, then eventually over a period of time they will be purified. We also have to remember, dear devotees, if we are angry and sad, and if we are directing that to Krishna, we have to remember that we are directing our emotion to Krishna. Yeah? But we don't want to get buried in the thought like, Krishna, you are doing all this to me. I am so sad. Yeah? And I'm so angry with you, Krishna. I'm so sad with you, Krishna. And it is all because of you. This is happening to me. We have to remember, we are only choosing the Lord for our own purification. But we have to understand it in Tattva, that this emotion that is coming out of us is passion and ignorance, and it is because of our own karma in the past and defective interpretation in our software. That we have to understand. We are just choosing Bhagwan so the emotion can come out safely and not really inside. Stay inside. So that wise, always should be in our mind, dear devotees. Otherwise, we get buried in these emotional tricks, yeah, that might place. So, yeah, that is Kupcha. And we also heard the differences between the gopis and Kupcha. There one is selfish and the other one is selfless. After that, yes, Kuvalaya Pita. The Dhanus, yeah, fear of Kamsa and fear of Nanda Maharaj. That also we have heard. And after the arrow is, the bow is broken, then entering into the arena. How everybody saw the same person, only one person, but based on what their feelings are, they get the reciprocation accordingly. It's the same Bhagavan that we have heard. Then Kuvalaya Pida entered and the wrestling match has happened. Yeah, and then Kamsa, he was very fearful. He was so fearful, but he was totally absorbed in Krishna's thought with fear. And that's how he achieved Sarupya Mukti. After that, it's all the pastimes only, right? And he, Devaki and Vasudeva, they blesses them, and then Ugrasena is made king, and Sandipani Muni, Guru Dakshina, as Guru Dakshina, their dead son was brought from Yamaloka. Yeah, that's all. His attention.